Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and current events from around the world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm excited to share today's top stories with you. We're starting off with a fascinating update on former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who has reportedly retreated into a secluded life in Moscow after losing power. According to sources close to the Kremlin, Assad is no longer seen as a figure of influence or an interesting guest to invite to dinner by Russian President Vladimir Putin. This comes after Assad and his family fled Syria with the assistance of the Russian military as rebel forces closed in on Damascus. It's worth noting that the Assads had transferred a significant portion of their wealth to Russia even before their fall from power, and they're now believed to be living in the elite Rubliovka community west of Moscow. Despite their wealth, however, the family has struggled to integrate into Russian society. They spend most of their time shopping at high-end boutiques and furnishing their Moscow home with luxury items. Assad himself has been studying Russian and taking refresher courses in ophthalmology, a profession he trained for in London and practiced in Damascus before entering politics. However, he's been barred from engaging in any political or media activity by Russia's ambassador to Iraq, Elbrus Kutrashev. The family had initially hoped to permanently relocate to the United Arab Emirates, a country they frequently visited while still in power, but it seems that even the UAE is unwilling to host Assad for now. As we continue to follow this story, it's clear that the situation is complex and multifaceted, with many different players and interests at stake. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the world of technology, where innovation is constantly evolving. Today, we're focusing on Google's Gemini app, which has been making waves with its latest updates and features. It appears that Google has been working on several improvements to Gemini, including a new skip button that allows users to quickly switch from the thinking mode to the fast mode, giving them rapid answers to their questions. This feature is particularly useful when you need a straightforward answer to a simple question and don't require deep thinking. In addition to this update, Google has also been testing a shortcut that saves users time by allowing them to choose the right mode before typing their prompt. However, with the introduction of the skip button, this step may become less important. We've also seen reports of Gemini being integrated with other Google apps, such as Notebook LM, which is designed to enhance productivity and deliver a better experience. The combination of these two tools has the potential to revolutionize the way we work and find information. It's worth noting that Google is continually improving and expanding its services, and Gemini is no exception. As the company rolls out new features and updates, we can expect to see even more exciting developments in the world of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Google's efforts to enhance user experience and provide more efficient solutions are commendable. However, it's essential to consider the potential implications of relying on AI-powered tools like Gemini and ensure that we're using them responsibly. As we continue to explore the latest advancements in technology, it's crucial to maintain a balanced perspective and evaluate the benefits and drawbacks of these innovations. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to bring to your attention a rather unusual and intriguing story unfolding in Eastern Europe. It appears that Lithuania is dealing with an unexpected threat from its neighbor, Belarus. The issue at hand is not a traditional military buildup or diplomatic tensions, but rather a creative and somewhat whimsical method of disruption: balloons. Yes, you heard that right, balloons. It seems that someone, allegedly smugglers, has been sending clusters of balloons into Lithuanian airspace, specifically targeting the country's main airport in Vilnius. The balloons are not carrying any harmful payload, but their presence is causing significant disruptions to air travel, with flights being delayed or rerouted due to safety concerns. The Lithuanian government is convinced that this is not just a case of rogue smugglers trying to make a profit, but rather a deliberate attempt by the Belarusian authorities to exert pressure on the country. They believe that Belarus is trying to bully Lithuania into reducing sanctions and improving diplomatic relations. The EU has imposed sanctions on Belarus due to its poor human rights record and support for Russia's actions in Ukraine. While it may seem almost comical that balloons are being used as a tool of hybrid warfare, the impact on the people of Lithuania and travelers passing through the country is very real. Airlines are having to adapt their schedules, and passengers are facing uncertainty and delays. The Lithuanian government is calling for a tougher stance against Belarus, including expanding sanctions to include hybrid activities. As we consider this story, it's essential to remember that the situation is complex and there are multiple perspectives at play. Belarus has denied any involvement in the balloon incidents, blaming bandit smugglers instead. However, the pattern of events and the fact that the balloons seem to be targeting the airport with remarkable precision have raised suspicions about state involvement. As we close out today's Barbara's Bulletin, I encourage you to think critically about this unusual development and its implications for international relations. Is this a clever tactic by Belarus to gain leverage, or is it simply a case of rogue actors taking advantage of a situation? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: in the world of geopolitics, even the most unexpected events can have significant consequences. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.